Hey, welcome to Monday Night Raw. I'm John. That's Michael Paul. And the reason is we're starting 13 minutes in late because we had a house meeting and we are live. I don't know where we are tonight, but I'm going to get the floor to my good buddy who is not the advocate of Brock Lesnar or Roman Reigns, Michael Paul. Take it away, bro.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Michael Paul. I had to get that out and do a little Paul Heyman tribute. Hi again, everyone. Michael Paul alongside John Batcher.
Hi.
As he mentioned, we're about 15 minutes in, but I don't have any news so far today, but before we get to Monday Night Raw, I just want to run through this quick and say goodnight to, as I call them, and we'll always call them, my girls, to Christy, Crystal, Megan and Amanda, Mackenzie, Noah and Caitlin. I love you all. Thank you so much. You have been a wonderful, wonderful part of my life for the last 3 years from day one. Yes, there have been, I know people are going to say, well, you've had your issues with them too. Okay, that's all well, good and great, but here's a news flash. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. The present is a gift. Let me repeat that last part one more time. The present is a gift, and that's where we are going to stay focused. The present. So that being said, thank you to all of you. Good night, my angels. I will see you tomorrow. Mwah. Sleep well. And with that, we're about, like John told you, 15 minutes into Monday Night Raw. So let's find out where we're at and go live.
And you guys watch,
and thank you for being with us.
Aren't you going to tell them that since we missed Bound for Glory last night?
No, because I didn't look up any results. Oh wait, yes I do have news. Steve Borden's Sting has announced last week on AEW Dynamite that on January 24th at AEW Revolution will be his final match. Now, whether he does retire after this or not, I don't know, because he's made the retirement announcement several times, and in fact did retire for a while, but at least as of now, AEW Revolution will be the final curtain call for Sting. So if you have pay-per-view access, don't forget to tune in for that, AEW Revolution. That being said, let's go live to Monday Night Raw.
So what were you watching on TV earlier?
Old AWA stuff from wrestling from before you were born.
All right, sorry if I scared you, Michael. Well, I just told you I was ready.
Yeah, but you didn't say I'm gonna be in your room when you get here.
Damien Priest and Finn Balor determined to reclaim the undisputed tag team championships. We're focused on prepared. We're gonna take care of Cody and Jay. American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas. This is Monday Night Raw. welcome the new undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions, Finn Balor and Senor Money in the Bank, Damian Priest. Well, all is right in the world of the Judgment Day. Thanks to a low blow and Jimmy Uso, Finn and Damian once again the undisputed tag team champions. Monday Night Raw is the realm of the Judgment Day. And their stranglehold on this brand grew further with their recapturing of WWE Tag Team. And let's not forget, Senor Money in the Bank, Damian Priest, inside the briefcase, a contract that Priest can cash in any place, anytime for a world championship opportunity. Talk about a concentration of power. A chorus of boos from a capacity crowd here tonight at American Airlines Center in Dallas for Balor and Priest of the Judgment Day. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Monday Night Raw. Oh, I'm feeling good tonight. I'm feeling so good, Damian. I'm gonna do something special. Can I do it? Can I do it? Go ahead. All rise for the Judgment Day. And all rise for the new and two-time undisputed tag team champions of the world. Not bad, dog. Not bad at all. Thanks, man. Thank you. You know, before everybody starts assuming, like, where's the rest of the Judgment Day? Well, the crew is in our clubhouse handling Judgment Day business because we have a hell of a night planned for you guys tonight. Huge nights. But we still have to come out here and celebrate because we're back to dripping gold. We're back to being on top. And the Judgment Day is back to running all. A Texas-sized welcome for the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
Okay, so there must be someone in Texas. Dallas. Oh, they're in Dallas. Oh, so Cody's home.
Yeah. Because his father and brother are all from Texas.
Cody interrupted the celebration tonight by the new tag team champions. I get why he's coming out, but sometimes in life you're best off just taking the L and moving on. How does that feel, guys? To get
interrupted. If I may, I do have some choice words for the leader of the Judgment Day. But I can see Rhea Ripley is not out here. Oh, I know, right? Yeah. I know what you're gonna say. There is no leader in the Judgment Day, but it can't just be little Dom Dom. I would say that Rhea is your mommy too. Hey, hear me out. Face it, right? She's pulling all the strings. She's calling all the shots. She is cutting all the deals, including one with the bloodline. But if I may, I'd like to speak specifically to you, Damian Priest. I believe last week you were the one who went ahead and gave me a low blow. Let me make it clear, if you thought that was the final shot in this fight, you are wrong.
It's kind of convenient that you forgot to mention that I put you through that table, too.
Oh, yeah, and I look like it hurt.
Yeah, I'm glad you came out here and found me, though. Because honestly, at some point, I would have just came and found you. I'm glad you mentioned the bloodline. There's a lot of talk about this story of yours. Like, I don't even know what it is. There's people that are involved in your story that sent Jimmy Uso here last week, and how did that work out for you? There's people involved in your story standing in this ring right now. At this point, your story, it's gotta be that you fail.
I don't know. Why don't we put that theory to the test right now?
Cody, are we gonna pretend like you don't know that I have a match tonight with Jay? But I do like this. I like this idea. We do have a big event coming up. So maybe it's Cody Rhodes versus Damian Priest at Crown Jewel.
I accept. But what do we do now? You're standing there, I'm right here. Why don't we give everybody a preview of Crown Jewel right now?
I like that idea.
Well, of course Priest does, because it's Priest and Balor in the ring. Cody's cornered with Rhea and Dominic making their way out here as well.
Like I said, take the L and move on.
And when it's from behind, man in that Jey Uso, going after Dominic Mysterio, now Priest and Rhodes going at it. Cody had a bit of backup as well. And now Cody Rhodes hammering away on Priest, sets him outside the ring, right under the table. And now Cody Rhodes getting in Priest's face first off the announce table.
Well, payback for last week, perhaps, Damian Priest.
And Cody Rhodes clearing off the announce table here. Looking to set up Damian Priest. And now JD McDonough flipping Rhodes' leg from behind. A chop block from behind. And now Priest grabbing Rhodes' leg first into the steel steps.
I don't know if JD McDonough is still in the gold house, but this is one way to get yourself out of that.
McDonough and Priest now. A double team on Cody Rhodes. And the assault
Forget about Crown Jewel, Cody.
Cody Rhodes are going to try to break his leg. Oh! Officials out here led by General Manager Adam Pearce, but a bit too late. The damage has been done. Cody Rhodes may have suffered a severe injury at the hands of Priest, McDonough, and a steel chair.
We need to dump this out of here.
Get him out of here, Adam. Cody is writhing in pain.
Well, that's job done for the Judgment Day. This
Damian Priest got to continue to audition for a role within the Judgment Day.
Let's go to training.
My bad, it was cool.
Talk to him. Trainers, come on, come on, man. Let's go. Come on, I got you. We got a slide. Come on. Watch out. Delay. Boom. Cody Rhodes, fingers crossed, hoping for the best.
Well, Cody, and now we know it's official. A week from Saturday at Crown Jewel, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, Cody Rhodes will go one-on-one versus Damian Priest. Wonder what condition Rhodes is going to be in for that matchup. But Priest will be in action a little bit later on tonight.
Yes, indeed. Damian Priest dropped after losing tag gold last week thanks to Jimmy Uso.
For the world title, Drew McIntyre live tonight. Meanwhile, in the ring, the ever-expanding Alpha Academy set for action, including the newest recruit in a fitness per se, Akira Tozawa.
Newly a member with some unique workout methodology, eerily similar to those.
Oh, look at their pretty pink shirts. You're not even looking.
The following is a tag team
I
match
see.
scheduled for 1 fall. Making their way to the ring, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, the New Day.
Big tag team matchup, an important one here tonight on Monday Night Raw live from Dallas. Well, do you have what it takes to survive 5 nights at Freddy's? Don't miss the new movie in theaters and on Peacock Friday. Well, we are in Dallas, Texas tonight, American Airlines Center, a very important building in the career of my broadcast colleague, Wade Barrett.
Oh, thank you very much. Yes, indeed. I won NXT Season 1 in this building. I also beat John Cena at Hell in a Cell 2010 in this building. Thank you for saying something nice about me for once.
And what else happened in this building?
Nothing else ever happened.
Well, the two gentlemen in the ring, the New Day, I believe, actually retired you in this building from in-ring action.
2016, you're absolutely right. I thought it was too good to be true. You saying something nice about me.
Xavier Woods will start things off against Chad Gable in this tag team match.
I
Again,
see
Judgment Day
why.
doing
I don't know
this tag
why
team
he's
champion.
wearing
Saw
pink.
what they're capable of earlier tonight. Both of these teams jockeying for position to try to gain an opportunity for tag titles down the road.
Yeah, both teams former tag champions in WWE looking to get to the top. Oh,
You get FS1 on your TV, Michael?
yeah. Individual Chad Gable has been in recent weeks.
And Maxine looking on, she was offering some advice to Akira Tozawa moments ago. Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston, along with Big E, all together in their careers and have the tag titles 12 times here at WWE. Cover now by Woods. Kick out by Gable. In fact, one of their reigns lasted 483 days.
That's second place now, though, isn't it?
It is to the Usos. Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods got with a double team on Chad Gable. Kingston and Woods with a right hand. Kofi with a splash. Cover now for the win. Kick out at 2.
What a stunning volley of offense that was. That's what you've got to love about the New Day. They've been doing this for years, yet they're still pulling new stuff out of their arsenal.
Kofi Kingston, so cool under pressure. And look at how he lands on his feet. Tremendous balance, so grounded. Gable, though, driving Kingston to the corner. Kofi now off the second rope. That's takedown and into an ankle lock. What a move by Chad Gable. Kofi, though, with a count.
Just superb reflexes from the Olympian, but if anyone can match him in those stakes, it's perhaps Kofi Kingston.
Looked like Gable was going for chaos theory. Kingston able to block, lands on his feet, missed with trouble in paradise. And Gable and Kingston both spill out over the top rope to the floor. Gable, however, on his feet. And Xavier Woods, caught by Gable. And Woods runs into a shoulder tackle. The Alpha Academy's rolling. Wow, what a back body drop. Can the New Day somehow get back in this?
Trick or treat.
Oh my God, Otis on the second rope, and Kofi Kingston rolled out of harm's way, averting disaster. New Day versus Alpha Academy. Tag team action here tonight on Monday Night Raw.
Kofi Kingston almost turned into a pancake by Otis, but right now the two freshest men in the matchup.
Xavier Woods and Chad Gable. Gable misses wildly. Xavier Woods slides underneath.
About the speed of Xavier Woods, outfoxing the Olympian.
Woods knows the power of positivity, really a jack of all trades. And Chad Gable, though, the former Olympian. Oh. Nice side Russian leg sweep. Great counter by Woods. Tip up. Doesn't let it stop him. Senton.
Absolutely taking it to Chad Gable, but he simply cannot give Gable.
Gable able to block now. Rolls him up for a count of two. Kick out by Woods.
I'll give Gable an inch because he's immediately back on top of that. My good
Whoa, Woods, what a move. Cover now. It's enough to put Chad Gable away. Spinning slam. And Gable able to kick.
Xavier Woods really stepping his game up lately too. Competition is fierce in the tag division.
Gable slow to get to his feet.
He'll be a player after that.
Of course, the coach, the head coach of the Alpha Academy. Went for the honor roll. Gable able to pick Woods out of the air and delivering German suplex. Still hasn't released. A second German suplex.
Endurance and durability. That is the
And a third into a cover. Shoulders down off the bridge and a kick out by Woods at two.
just incredible ability to recover faster than most. That really sums up Chad Gable.
And you see Maxine and Akira Tozawa with an interesting outfit on. Looking up.
That's cool getting dressed in the dark. Not Maxine, to be clear. Akira.
Now a double team by the Alpha Academy. Otis with Woods up on his shoulders. Chad Gable now going to the top rope. And Gable, Bulldog! Covered by Otis for the win. And Kofi Kingston saved for that job.
Such a nice combination move there from the Alpha Academy. This one breaking down though. Referee starting to lose control.
330-pound splash in the corner by Otis.
Oh no.
They teach that in the Alpha Academy. The Caterpillar. Big elbow. Kick by Woods.
Woods who's still legal in this one. That's the problem, Otis.
And kick, and there's a headbutt driving Woods into the corner. Oh, shoulder first goes Otis.
Gotta use Otis
Tag by
momentum
Chad.
against him.
Gable is the legal man. Woods has no one to tag. And I don't think Xavier Woods realizes that Gable made the tag weight.
That is sneaky maneuvering from the Alpha Academy.
Where's the
Chicanery at its finest.
Kofi from What the hell? What is that?
Gable, the legal man, grabs the ankle lock on Woods.
Which is exactly what a reverse caterpillar deserves.
And now Gable now with the ankle lock, dragging Woods back to the center of the ring. Is Woods going to tap into the ankle lock of Chad Gable?
Well, Kofi Kingston got completely flattened earlier. You're on your own now, Woods.
Woods that roll up, shoulders down, is it enough? Kick it 2. Tag. Otis is leading.
2-on-1 at this point. With that 1-on-1.
He will set over the top rope now. The 330-pound Otis scooping Woods up. Again, Woods into the corner. Kip. Kofi Kingston makes his way back to the steps to make a tag. Kofi top rope. Otis still on his feet.
Slowly softening the big man up.
Now down to 1 knee. Tag.
Trouble in paradise. Down goes Gable. Once. Off the elbow.
You are your winner, the
New Day with some daybreak picking up the victory tonight. And a big win in the tag team division.
All about climbing up those rankings, and the New Day have managed it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the NXT Women's Champion, the Man, Becky Lynch. Becky, I gotta say, you are the definition of a fighting champion. Not only will you defend this title tomorrow night at NXT, but you'll also defend your championship here tonight against Indy Hartwell. Why put yourself in the position to have to defend your title on back-to-back nights?
Well, the man has come around to Dallas. When I come around to Dallas, I come here looking for a fight. And Indy never did lose her NXT Women's Championship, but she never got a chance either. And that is what this title is about. This is for the ones who want to show how impressive they are, the ones who have a medal to take on the man. And if I have to defend my title every night of the month, then so be it. Which brings me to tomorrow night, Halloween Havoc. And I know Lyra is here tonight trying to poke holes in my game, but I can't look past Indy. Indy, you wanted this opportunity. Well, welcome to the big time.
You need to stop worrying.
NBC and streaming on Peacock.
World Heavyweight Champion, Seth Rollins.
Question I have.
God damn it.
I beat you and take that title from you, Crown Jewel.
I am going to beat you, and I promise you it will be the best thing that ever happened to you. You will have no one to blame but yourself.
Well, I don't see your crew anywhere, so I know I'm not getting jumped. But if you're looking for your boy Drew Mack, sorry to tell you, I got style and a title, so you're in the wrong place.
Look, this won't take long, all right? I know that the Judgment Day and yourself, there's been a bit of a history there. But it was all built on respect from our end. I mean, we did everything that we could to take that championship off of you, and you held on to it. But now you're dealing with Drew, And to be quite honest, we're a little bit concerned because at the pace that you've been running at, we think that you need a little bit of insurance. You need the Judgment Day.
You lost faith in your boy, haven't you? You don't think Damian Priest is going to be able to successfully cash this contract in on my title, do you? That's why you're out there wheeling and dealing. You're making deals with the Bloodline. You're flirting with Drew McIntyre. Now you're coming for the world champ. And look, I get it. I understand what the Judgment Day would want with the world heavyweight champion. But let me ask you, what would I want with you? Yeah.
You need me. Because right now, you're just a world champion. But you could be the world champion. And I know that the Judgment Day, we've made our deals with the Bloodline in the past, but alliances could change. And if you decided to join us, Damian Priest, he could always cash in his championship on someone else, and then we'd all hold the gold. But without us, I don't really know how you're gonna accomplish having a title reign like Roman Reigns. You know, over 1,000 days is a long time, and with the way that your back is, how it's so fragile and broken, the Judgment Day, we could have your back. We could make people acknowledge you.
Let me make this clear. If there's one thing I don't want, it's to be anything like Roman Reigns.
That wasn't a no. Think about it.
Is the nine.
got this.
I'm winning back what I never lost.
I know. It's
What do you
amazing.
think my chances are?
Pretty good.
I've been watching the game.
Hey, sorry to interrupt you guys. I just wanted to wish you the best for tonight. I'm so excited for you. Like, you can knock it out of the park. It'll be amazing.
How are you doing? I mean, are you looking for a replacement for Tegan still? How is she?
Well, Tegan got hurt at NXT, so she's fine. She's gonna be back soon. But and I'm still trying to weigh out some options for tonight and see where a few things stand. So, but tonight isn't about me. It's about you, Indy. This is about you. This is the biggest match of your professional career. You're gonna make history tonight when you go toe to toe with Becky Lynch, and honestly, take back the title that you never lost, the NXT Women's Championship.
Exactly.
So I'm excited.
God damn it.
Dance and
What?
I'm here all night. If you need any advice.
I'm sorry. Hold on just 1 second. God damn it. Hello? Okay, fine. Yes. No, I don't think it was 9, but no, it was 11, I think. Okay, what's your point? Okay, great. And your point? Because they seem to think that if I stay up past 10:30, that my anxiety will trigger, which happened one time, but only one time, and yet it was still made a huge issue. Suit for what? Yeah. Uh-huh. Say something wrong. What the fuck does that even? What does that mean? Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Did this get rushed? Huh? Did this get
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I put it in the camper.
What are you talking about? No, why would they be affected?
Everything okay up there? I'm doing okay myself or not.
Oh, that. No, I don't think so.
I had to turn the computer the other way. Okay.
Right. Uh-huh. Okay, good night. Sorry.
Don't worry about it, Mike.
Can you just put that in there? I'm here.
Oh, that's so
Thank you,
sweet.
Daddy. Love you. Love you.
See?
I know. Please go ahead. This is it. I know.
It's on back.
Indy Hartwell appears a bit nervous yet confident. At the same time, but wait, this is the one who stands in her way. It is Becky Lynch, the current NXT Women's Champion. And coming up next on Monday Night Raw, she puts the title on the line against former champion Indy Hartwell. The man is here to defend her title live on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, there are times that this like that. I'm not sure why.
John, you put that in that chest.
Chica.
Chica? You're going Chica.
The visibility of the fan base was super high.
Johnson Studios created.
And such a personality.
There's so much in the movie that speaks to the fan base. This is a movie that's going to have a lot of jump scares. The audiences are in for a ride.
You will be blown away.
It's the ultimate popcorn movie.
Okay.
Rated PG-13.
Monday Night Raw, there's the NXT Women's Champion Becky Lynch set to defend her title. Also here tonight live is Laura Valkyria. She's the #1 contender for the NXT Women's Championship tomorrow night, night 1. Halloween Havoc at NXT right here on USA. Lyra will take on the winner of this match. And it's Becky Lynch or Indy Hartwell. And what a competitor she is.
There's a woman whose career is soaring in NXT to go to new heights tomorrow night.
And what an opportunity tonight is Candice LeRae, which is Indy Hartwell all the best. Indy Wade, a former NXT Women's Champion.
Yeah, I've got to make a point here. Everyone has been looking past this match, assuming that Becky Lynch is going to be the one going after NXT Halloween Havoc and Lyra Valkyria tomorrow night. Trust me, Indy Hartwell has won this championship once before. She technically never lost it. This is a major threat. Even the interviewer earlier seemed to think it was a foregone conclusion that Becky Lynch was winning. I'm not so sure.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the NXT Women's the challenger from Melbourne, Australia, Indy Hartwell. And her opponent from Dublin, Ireland, she is the NXT Women's Champion, the Man, Becky Lynch.
You heard from Becky earlier tonight. She talked about the opportunity to defend this championship against women from all over the world. She said it's about taking chances, showing how impressive they are. And Indy Hartwell from Melbourne, Australia, has the opportunity to do just that here tonight on Monday Night Raw. Witty, ambitious, impressive. Will tonight be Indy Hartwell's night?
I spoke to Indy Hartwell earlier.
Oh! Came out of the box quickly.
Got that manhandle slam right off the bat.
And that clothesline by Hartwell. And Becky's going to regroup.
Yeah, I spoke to Indy Hartwell earlier today. I asked how the hell she's going to beat somebody as good as Becky Lynch. She said, listen, I've been studying Becky Lynch for the last 10 years. I've seen every single one of her matches. I know more about Lynch than Lynch knows about me. That's my edge.
Hit right in the back of the neck. Now Becky Lynch is going to head up top now. Top rope, Indy Hartwell in trouble. Becky has to leap over her, roll through. And now Hartwell and Becky exchanging blows center of the ring. Backslide by the champion. Shoulders down, kick out at 2.
Slightly nervy start there from Indy Hartwell. Sometimes takes a couple of minutes to get going in a match, which could be a massive danger against someone as good as Becky Lynch.
Candice LeRae, a longtime friend of Indy Hartwell, looking on. And now Becky Lynch dropped to the mat. And Hartwell looking to outpower Becky here in this match tonight. Dropping Becky on the top rope.
Fireman Snake Eyes. This is not
side slam for the championship. Hook of the leg and a kick out.
Yeah, Indy is something of a powerhouse at times. Needs to use that power to her advantage against the man Becky Lynch.
Well, Indy has a chip on her shoulder as well. You mentioned before she never lost the NXT Women's Championship. Becky knocks Indy down. Hartwell willing to take risks. She has that no BS attitude. Now looking to regroup is Becky Lynch, the champion with a baseball slide. Indy going out of harm's way momentarily. And now whipping Lynch into the barricade. Can Hartwell win the championship or can Becky hang on?
For a limited time, get it free with online delivery.
Is someone trying to steal?
When I was diagnosed with HIV, I didn't know.
Keep being you and ask her how.
Okay, they're on commercial. So, first of all, I have to clarify something quick. Today is Monday. Okay. Friday, we will still come to you with SmackDown, which, by the way, this Friday is on Fox Sports 1 instead of Fox. Saturday, we will come to you with AEW Collision on TNT. But Monday night, October 30th, we will come to you with Monday Night Raw on USA. But Monday, October 30th, will be our final broadcast. Now, let me rephrase, at least my final broadcast.
Oh, let me put the computer by you so they can see us. And let me see how many percentage we got. Okay, so we got 39%. So that's practically good for now.
Okay. Let's try this again. Monday, October 3rd, we will come to you with SmackDown with Collision, but Monday night, October 30th, will be our final broadcast, at least my final broadcast. Hopefully John will continue to broadcast on this channel, since obviously it's his channel. But the thing is, I don't like wrestling during the holidays. I lose interest in wrestling during the holidays because it becomes holiday themed and just gets, I mean, obviously wrestling is bullshit as it is. I mean, it's no secret wrestling is scripted bullshit, and it's, of course, now known as sports entertainment. But during the holidays, it gets even more ridiculous. Things end up being holiday themed, and it just goes more over the top than it should. So I wait until, not even right at the new year, I wait until the middle of January when, after they've said happy holidays 500 times and the best to you and yours, and that way they're about 2 weeks into the new year and everybody's done talking about resolutions and whatnot, and they just get back to what they do. So my next broadcast after Monday, well, my next broadcast, obviously, my last one will be a week from tonight. My next one after that will be, I believe it's a Saturday, the Saturday night, January 20th episode of Collision. And that's when I'll come back in. But I just want to let everybody know that we are going to continue for the next week or so. And then a week from tonight, that'll be it. Not for good, but for at least a couple of months. So I just wanted to let everybody know that. But
Michael Paul's right, YouTube. Wrestling is fun to watch, but sometimes like a Santa's Little Helper tag team match, eggnog,
yeah, see, it's
and
things
a pool
like
match,
that, right?
A snowball fight, snowball wrestling fight. That's not wrestling. That's like how like people getting drunk on holidays or going outside to play in the snow.
And that's really not even entertainment. I don't know what you call it.
That's more like a PG. We're not in a parent guardian era anymore. We're back in the TV 14.
Yeah, it's almost like they're trying to cater to 5-year-olds at that point. So that's why we're going to wait. And while they're still on commercial, we're going to do something else quick.
Not hurting anybody, and you bring it into a huge city.
I really hate what they're doing to WWE right now, bro.
I know.
They're saying,
hold on. Was very dismissive, and then she actually said there were rumors around the 2014 Ebola outbreak because there were U.S. labs there. So, we have to be careful about the disinformation that happens in situations like this. So I wrote a couple.
I'm going to go see if Mr. John's here.
Okay.
One of them got into Salon, sort of giving a history of this gain of function, what they call it, lab work. What it effectively is they take pathogens and they make them more deadly, ostensibly for the purpose of protecting it, so that they know how to deal with them. Functionally, it's no different than biowarfare, creating pathogens. It's just that the stated goal is a benevolent one. I realized that it was going to be very difficult to prove one way or the other whether or not it came out of the lab or not. People think that biowarfare is a weapon of weak powers, right? But it has a unique feature that so-called great powers may want, and that's deniability. Nice country you got there. It would be a real shame if you had an outbreak. The Cubans understand this. I mean, they've repeatedly accused the United States of waging biowarfare against it. And the U.S. establishment responsibility to prove it. It's difficult to prove. I started looking at the background of the scientists who are most loudly proclaiming that it could have come from the lab. So I dug into Peter Daszak, who is the dominant narrative, who was Eco Health Alliance, actually funded the work through the Institute of Virology, and the first one to take down a pen in 2020. he was the dominant person in formulating the narrative along with Fauci. Daszak put out this Lancet letter. That was the main pillar of propaganda, and then it was quickly followed by this Nature Medicine article, which purported to be a more scientific document, but at the time, as I reported and other people caught on, it used fallacious reasoning. It basically argued that it couldn't come out of a lab and be bioengineered because it would have been done in a suboptimal way. It's a cute thing that somebody died, and it couldn't have been a murder because if it was a murder, it would have been done more intelligently. In fallacious reasoning. So I started looking at who those scientists were who were making these claims that were fallacious. And two of them were Robert Gary of Tulane and Christian Anderson of Scripps Research. And it turns out that they were the president and vice president of the Hemorrhagic Fever Consortium, U.S. labs in West Africa, who Africans at the time were charging could have been responsible for the 2014 Ebola outbreak, which was the main global crisis of that year.
And with the Ebola in 2014, was that like a similar, what did you say, it's kind of a similar situation?
It was a similar situation in a lot of ways. The outbreak happened 1,000 miles away from where you would expect it to have happened, 1,000 miles away from prior Ebola outbreaks. It was unlike any prior Ebola outbreak. Naturally, occurring Ebola outbreaks typically have a die-off of the local mammalian species. That didn't happen in this case. The establishment narrative, which was constructed by some of the same small clique of well-funded virologists, claimed that it was caused by a toddler who they claimed was 2 years old, was actually 19 months, playing with bats in a hollowed-out tree in a village in Guinea, just over the border from Sierra Leone, where the U.S. labs were. So it's a part of an orchestrated narrative in order to say that the outbreak happened in a different country, but it's a highly border region. So there were a great deal of suspicious activity, and I wrote a very in-depth investigation with Jonathan Leisner, who's a virologist with the Palestine Resource Project, pointing out all of the problems with this, and then I did a summary sort of making the connections with COVID with various players. And one tidbit that came out of that research was people might have heard that the Obama administration put a pause on funding the so-called gain-of-function research in 2014. It turns out that that was put in place on October 17th, 2014. That's the exact same day that Ron Klain became Ebola czar. Ron Klain is a very plugged-in Democratic Party operative who was chief of staff for Biden until a couple of months ago. I think that indicates that the Obama administration themselves suspected that this was of lab origin. There was also a cutoff of funding to some of the associated with the labs, which seemed inexplicable. These are guys doing biomedical work ostensibly in West Africa, and there's an Ebola outbreak, and when they cut off their funding, why would they do that?
That is odd. That is an odd sequence of events right there.
There are a whole series of very odd events like this, and we break them down. So most recently, what we saw is Anderson and Gary testifying on the Hill. The Democrats are ridiculous and pretending that there's nothing to see here and that there's no problem. The Republicans got some decent information out, especially it seems like some Republican staffers leaked a bunch of emails that people have been trying to FOIA. And there's some really interesting tidbits in those emails. But the Republican representatives weren't approaching this methodically. They were either out to get Fauci or to blame China. Very few of them were out to really examine what the hell is going on here. Why is this work being pursued? What dangers are there to humanity in this?
Why was there so much pushback against the lab-based, origin to the COVID-19 pandemic? Why were we seeing that so much of that in the initial first few months? My thought would be that in science, you pursue everything, even if it's kind of ridiculous, or just to prove it out, that, okay, no, it didn't come from this, we're trying to narrow it down. All things that should be on the table. Why was this so, aggressively pushed back against?
I think that science has been massively corrupted. It's large parts of it, even the life sciences, have effectively been taken over by the military-industrial complex. You throw enough money at these things and you mold the field in a certain way. And this really happened in this field after the anthrax attacks. People might remember in 2001. The anthrax attacks came out of the US lab, but in the after, it was a false flag. It was a false, they letters were sent to the Capitol, death to America, death to Israel, praise to Allah. And they were used as part of the revving up for the forever wars and the Iraq invasion and so on. But they came out of a US facility, US or US allied facility. And there was a huge, spike in funding of what they call biodefense, which includes this dangerous gain of function lab work. So, and people in the field were objecting to it at the time. And Fauci and company basically told them, shut up, this is the money on the table. And so that has largely overtaken much of this work. I mean, to your question, imagine a world where in early 2020, the general public, the global public, understood that it could have come out of the lab. I think you would have seen possibly unprecedented global public asserting itself, saying, you gotta cut this out.
Well, yeah, it's easier to, if you say it comes from a bat or it was a pendulum or if it comes from an animal, it's easier to kind of say, okay, well, no one's at fault. Whereas if the virus goes from an animal through a lab and then, or is, function, amplified in a lab, made much more virulent to humans, and then there's actually accountability that has to be had. And publicly demand a certain level of accountability. So I can understand, you can very quickly see why that would be kind of like, ooh, let's stay away from this. Even if we don't know if it did come from that lab at this point, let's just stay away from that. So nobody has to be held accountable, if it did.
And you've seen a whole series of stories to sort of delay the moment of reckoning. Like one day they'll say, oh, it's a pangolin, or one day it's a raccoon dog, one day. And, I think that this is almost part of an orchestrated attempt to make it so that the day of reckoning, if it ever happened, or if it partially happens, is as far into the future as possible, so that people don't, direct harm in races. So that there's no storming in the Bastille moment. There's no rising moment where a substantial portion of the public demands accountability and action.
One of the things that I know you touched on that I thought was a very brilliant way of looking at what's happening today, as you mentioned, because the Republicans in these recent hearings are very much focused on Fauci and then China. And it seems to all being directed now to kind of lay the blame at China, and use that as a justification for some of the amplification we've seen of that kind of anti-Chinese sentiment here, or anti-Chinese government we've seen here in the U.S. Do you believe that that's kind of the reason it's getting shifted in that direction, is to get not hold anyone accountable here, but then just kind of put it at the big bad evil that is China and chalk it up to that?
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's exactly what's going on. You end up with this system of between the complete deludedness of the Democrats and the Republicans, largely just weaponizing the war in China. It's a non-accountability. So all of the U.S. institutions that were involved, the NIH, the USAID, continues to fund a lot of this dangerous lab work. Pentagon, Department of Energy labs, the weapons labs do this work as well. They all end up off the hook. And, they're all talking about, China won't be transparent and release the documents. Well, there's a lot of subpoena powering that the U.S. institutions could do to Equal Health Alliance, to other groups who are involved in this that has not been done. It's been 3 years. So when you're not genuinely demanding transparency of U.S. institutions, and now you're just saying, oh, the Chinese are being forthcoming, it ends up washing the system of accountability, and the U.S. and China end up washing each other of accountability, is then they can blame, by blaming each other in a relatively trivial way, and not dealing with the deep substantive issues. This fake polarization that we see ends up absolving the deeper problems, so that you end up having a continuation of this dangerous work. Part of what the Republican staffers put out, and some of these emails involved Fauci as well as Jeremy Farrar, who's head of the Wellcome Trust, which is sort of the British equivalent of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. He was behind the scenes in a lot of the disinformation that we saw, and now he's chief scientist of the WHO. That's incredibly threatening. The guy who was a major figure in the disinformation campaign in early 2020, into the COVID, chief scientist of the WHO, another major figure behind the scenes, he didn't sign a damn thing, is Ron Fouchier. He, in 2011, took the avian flu, which is highly, highly deadly. There's a fatality rate of 50%, but it's not easily transmissible, and he made it so it was easily transmissible. And at the time, this actually caused a stir. And the New York Times, the following year, had an editorial entitled "An Engineered Doomsday." And all of this is gone down the memory hole. And Fouchier was behind the scenes orchestrating a bunch of the disinformation that we saw in 2020.
What's your problem?
He didn't sign anything because he knew if he signed something, his name is still notorious enough that it would set off alarm bells.
I think the thing that really did.
What's your problem?
I had a talkie.
What?
I had a talkie.
So?
What's up with you?
I don't know. You're sitting there with that weird look on your face. And I thought.
You never seen me have blue mouth before, Michael?
Response to COVID was that we did turn this pandemic into a political football. And that to me is what made this very dangerous. I think that's what also then made it so difficult for journalists just to do the basic job of being journalists. Have you seen any blowback onto yourself from being that guy in the room saying, oh, well, hey, what does this mean?
It's been a very rough 3 years. It's been rough. And it's been very gratifying. I think I've done some of my best work. But I think that much of the so-called left totally drank the Fauci Kool-Aid. So those of us who were asking serious questions, somehow we're marginalized even though we were not upholding, the principles of genuine, inquiry and rigorous thought and so on.
I wanted to ask too, there's an interesting thing that I'm not quite, I'm aware of it. I've interviewed Robert Kennedy Jr. A few years back, and he kind of actually mentioned this. But I want to ask you about what exactly is this kind of Event 201, and how does that play into the story of COVID-19?
Yeah, that's a fascinating aspect of things. I should say Whitney Webb, who's a really fascinating investigative reporter, and Alexis Bader of the Organic Consumers Association, probably done the best work on this field. These were quote-unquote tabletop games or war games for a pandemic that took place just before the pandemic. And they involved people like Gao, who's the head of the Chinese CDC, and Avril Haines, who's now director of national intelligence, and who is now in charge of deciding what information gets declassified regarding COVID origins. And she participated in these games to plan out how we should act in the event of a pandemic. There have been a series of these that eerily foreshadow pandemics that happen shortly thereafter. That happened in Event 201 and Crimson Contagion in 2019, and it also happened before the anthrax attacks in 2001 in these games called Dark Winter. So you have a series of these warnings where they plan out how they're going to act, and then events happen that seem to fit into that. So are they being prescient, or are they simply, gearing up with institutional mechanisms for how they're going to do the censorship, how they're going to do various things, how they're going to coordinate across nations, when very positive, tacit cooperation between the Chinese and U.S. establishment, at least at some level. They have these very powerful entities that can clash and collude at the same time. So I think that there's a lot of scrutiny.
Well, I think it's very. I think the problem that we're facing today is because we are so tribalized politically in this country, and we've kind of ventured into this weird world where, as I mentioned, asking a simple question, which is your civic duty. Whether you're a journalist or a citizen, you have to have the ability to basically ask questions, even if it's a crazy question. You still want to ask the question just to at least go down every possible scenario and go down every rabbit hole and hold you down accountable, or at least to get a response that seems reasonable. But we've instead ventured into a weird kind of territory where if you ask the wrong question, you're then kind of labeled a kook, or you're immediately shunned by society, or whatever it would be, or by the powers that be. And I think that very much deviates away from the basic idea of journalism and of being a good citizen. And I don't think there is a danger, especially after you've had a pandemic that caused so much death and saw such an economic impact, that it is good journalism, it's good civic duty to go into and explore, all right, where did the virus come from exactly? Let's find out if we can do things better to prevent this in the long run. Where did we make mistakes in our response? I mean, isn't that just the basic tenets of what a society should do after, a catastrophe of this magnitude with society, globally and also on a national level?
Absolutely, and I think that it's been appalling how, there's some exceptions, even so-called independent media, because they went along with the Fauci line and everything, that they're not going back and re-examining. Relatively few of them are. And I have, most of my journalistic bridges are not, that's why, I tried for well over a year into the pandemic. I got one piece into Salon, to kind of get other pieces into media that I published in the past, and went through funding to the Fund for Investigative Journalism and other places that I thought would have been delighted that somebody, who's done serious foreign policy work and other things on. At the time, I waited too long to go on Substack, a journalistic platform, and tell me to get stuff out and reach some level of an audience, just simply to chronicle what was going on, to try to get to the point of critical mass that really tries to break through. And this sort of dovetails with my work at the State Department, because, as I said before, USAID funded a lot of this work, this dangerous lab work. The USAID is, it sounds, again, it's another one of these things that sounds Mason or friendship. It's described as like the soft power CIA. They do things to fund groups in different countries to destabilize governments that the U.S. government doesn't like. And here they are funding this dangerous lab. So there may well ask some questions there. It's still they don't disclose stuff because they haven't disclosed a damn thing. They have FOIA requests sitting there for 3 years that they're not responding to, and they're not even giving, a minimally straight answer as to what the hell is going on.
Yeah, at least sound like a heavily redacted piece of paper.
They're not even doing that.
Exactly.
Because they at least get a little black eye when that happens, but then people can post it on Twitter and say, oh, yes, it's all redacted.
That's incredible. It truly is incredible. So I gotta say, keep up the good work out there and keep asking those questions because it's important in today's day and age, regardless of what's popular or unpopular, that we still maintain the journalistic integrity to ask a hard question. No matter if someone points out and says, oh, you're foolish, or other people may point out it why and say, hey, it's great, thank you for asking that question, and that's the purpose of journalism. Thank you for being so steadfast in asking the questions that nobody wants to ask when it comes to situations like these and that we're dealing with COVID-19. Where can people find your work and where can they follow you?
Sure. My Substack is Husseini, HUSSEINI, .substack.com. They can sign up and be getting regular emails of their ratings and so on. And I link to tons of other resources that people I think are doing important work along these lines and other ones. And I'm focusing on pandemic origins, but I'm doing other stuff as well. Your folks might be interested in also, sort of tracking the election and a lot about left-right alliances on a project called Vote Pact, trying to get people associated with the right and the left to converge together on non-war civil liberties, corporate trade deals, Wall Street over Main Street, really confronting all those issues and trying to develop electoral strategies for how we can take that on. So, there's a lot of folks can check that out. Thank you so much for everything that you're doing.
It's always a pleasure talking to you, and definitely, I'll say to our listeners and our followers, definitely check out your work because it is very, very thought-provoking, which is what every good journalist should be. Thank you so much, Sam, for all of your work, and look forward to having you on again sometime.
My pleasure. Thank you, Terry.
Hold on.
Provider about the #1 prescribed agent. And this place is gonna get destroyed.
Armageddon. The Kids return Monday, November 13th on USA.
We're back live on Monday Night Raw. Becky Lynch trying to again regain control of this matchup. Indi Hartwell has been giving the NXT Women's Champion all she can handle.
Yeah, undoubtedly. It's been real back and forth. And once again, Indi Hartwell growing into this matchup, hitting a rhythm, looking to recapture the gold she never lost.
Now Hartwell going to the top rope, an opportunity here to take out Lynch. There's the elbow right to the spine, covered by Hartwell to win the championship and a kick out. And looking on, that is Lyra Valkyria from NXT. She will face the winner of this matchup tomorrow night, right here on USA. Part of NXT Halloween Havoc Night #1.
Valkyria is going to be loving these two ladies tearing strips off one another, making her job easier tomorrow.
Roll up here and a kick out. And now Becky trying to wrestle Hartwell down the mat to try to perhaps set up the disarmer.
Easier said than done against the biggest, strongest superstar like Hartwell, but that was nice.
Cover to retain. Hartwell kicks it too. And Candice LeRae again, longtime friend of Indi Hartwell, looking on, long relationship with these two back at NXT.
Candice LeRae is the most nervous person in the building right now, watching her mentee, Indi Hartwell. Biggest opportunity of Indi's career, but it's turning south and home next to the mat.
Becky Lynch looking to rally, looking for the manhandle slam. Hartwell, full Nelson, reverse into a waist face lock. Hartwell with a boot. Down goes Becky. Collapses into the cover to win the NXT Women's title. And a kick out by Becky at 2.
And that is the kind of kick out that will knock the confidence of Indy Hartwell right to the kisser. Thought she had the gold one, and so heartbreaking when your opponent kicks out, but you've got to bet when you're in there with someone as good as Becky Lynch, you need something very special to put her away, and this could be it.
No, it took a little too much time getting up to the second rope, and the veteran Becky Lynch capitalized.
Well, Indy Hartwell's been beaten from pillar to post by the champ so far. Who can blame her for running out of gas at this point?
Becky looking Indy Hartwell here. What does Becky have in mind? Indy is up to the top rope. Silverplex! Cover! I thought Becky went for the cover. No! Where's the disarmer? And now Indy trying to block.
Indy's got that one well scouted. Watched every match of Becky's career. Knew it was coming, just a matter of when.
And again, if Hartwell can keep her hands together, and now Becky trying to turn this into a triangle. And Indy Hartwell now with the champ's shoulders now down on the mat. There's a 2 count. Becky gets her shoulder up at the last minute. And now Hartwell powering out of this. Look at the power of Indy Hartwell. Cover stacks up the champion for the win, and a kick out by Becky.
Indy Hartwell digging deeper than she's ever dug before. So resourceful. So close to capturing the goal.
Yeah, but Indy Hartwell has got to get back on the attack here.
No point in feeling sorry for yourself. Everything is hurting in the body of Hartwell right now, and it just got worse.
And Becky Lynch took advantage of that momentary lapse. No, Spinebuster by Hartwell. Stacks up the champ again for the win. Becky kicks it 2.
When you are continually catching the man Becky Lynch by surprise this deep in a matchup, you've got something very special in Indy Hartwell.
But again, Indy has to get back on the attack weight. Cannot waste any motion. Has to go right back at the champion. Becky is on the ropes here.
Becky Lynch completely rock body to, but no.
And Becky roll through now. Shoulders down. Indy able to reverse. And Becky just kicks.
Count out Becky Lynch at your peril.
Went for the boot again. Becky Lynch trying to wrestle Hartwell down. And now disarmer locked in. Disarmer locked in on Hartwell.
Impossible to block from that angle. Indy Hartwell nowhere near the ropes. This is it.
Hartwell taps. Becky retains.
Here is your winner by submission, and still the NXT Women's Champion, the Becky Lynch.
You know, wait, earlier on in the match, Becky went for the disarmer, then went for the armbar, trying to weaken Indy Hartwell, who blocked. But in the end, it was the disarmer for Becky that helped her retain the championship.
That is a championship level mentality, a championship level strategy. What an effort from Indy Hartwell, but the champ, the man Becky Lynch retained.
Yeah, but no rest for the weary, because in 24 hours, Becky Lynch will put the championship on the line yet again. But tonight, Indy Hartwell, very game in this championship match, and really impressed the man, Becky Lynch. But again, now Becky Lynch will turn her attention to tomorrow night, night number 1, Halloween Havoc on NXT right here on USA. Becky Lynch will take on that woman, Lyra Valkyria. And if you have not seen Lyra in action, you are in for a treat, and it could be the toughest test of Becky Lynch's NXT Women's title reign to date.
Get the ice packs ready, get a good night's sleep, Lynch. You're in for the war tomorrow night.
Candice LeRae obviously disappointed over the... Oh, wait a minute!
Now there's a message for Indy too.
Xia Li!
Yeah, this looks good. Do me a favor and be on your toes though, right? These contract signings are crazy, as you're aware, and beginning lately it's been chaotic. I'm very good. Give me a minute. Make it quick.
That's fair. Listen, we got off on the wrong foot on Friday night, and that was totally on me. I take full responsibility for that. There was no need to have you escorted out of the building on SmackDown on Friday night. I just want you to know that I take full responsibility. Let's put it up to rookie errors, right? I'm just trying to establish my authority as the general manager of SmackDown. And look, like I said on my first night here, I just want to have healthy competition between our two brands, do everything I can to prove that SmackDown is the #1 show in all of sports entertainment, but I don't want it to tarnish our professional relationship. So I'm here hat in hand. Hopefully you'll accept my sincere apologies.
Apologies, sir. Look, I know what it's like to be the new guy, okay? And I understand having to set your agenda and you want to put your stamp on things right away. Did I think it was out of line? Absolutely. Be that as it may, water under the bridge. Matter of fact, gesture of goodwill. You had me thrown out. Why don't you stay and see how the flagship operates on Mondays?
Sounds good to me. I appreciate that. Thank you, sir. Have a great show. Knock 'em dead.
How many security guards do we have tonight? You know what? No matter the number, double it. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Well, General Manager Adam Pearce is going to need all the security he can muster, because coming up next, 5 of the world's best will sign the contract to meet in a fatal 5-way at Crown Jewel for the Women's World Championship. The contract signing live, and it's next. It's a selling special event in the history of Tropicana Field. Be a part of one of the most exciting and important events of the year, the 2024 Royal Rumble. But before we get there, a week from Saturday, we're in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia for WWE Crown Jewel. And it is going to be nearly impossible for the world champion Rhea Ripley to keep her title. She only has a 20% chance in this fatal 5-way match to retain her championship, because the first woman to gain pinfall or submission will be the world champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the contract signing in order to make official our fatal 5-way match for the Women's World Championship at Crown Jewel. Now, as you've all noticed, the women's division as of late has been filled with chaos. And ordinarily, I would not reward that behavior with a championship match. But as you're all aware, the only place we settle things in WWE is right here in the ring. So, I'm going to get these signatures on the contract as fast as I can before it all goes to hell. But in order to do that, I need my challengers. Introducing first, Raquel Rodriguez.
In an interview with the Dallas Morning News over the weekend, Raquel Rodriguez talked about the importance of being in this match in Riyadh and about the powerhouses who have now taken over the women's division.
Shayna Baszler.
Perhaps the baddest woman in all of WWE.
No doubt about it. As mean as they come, a terrifying human being who knows how to tear opponents limb from limb.
You saw Raquel signing the contract already.
Introducing next, Zoe Stark.
Listen, Zoe could be the dark horse. She said she's been dreaming about this for a long time, and finally, that dream's come true. Shayna now making her name to the fatal 5-way contract.
This is Sparta Pierce. We're doing a quick fire signing. Get him in, get him out. Let's keep it clean.
And finally, Nia Jax.
A former women's champion, the irresistible force, as Zoe Stark now signs the contract. Nia Jax has turned the entire women's division upside down here in WWE.
Undoubtedly, she's put a bullseye on every woman in the division, and she's hit that bullseye every time she's aimed.
And every one of the women in the ring right now have suffered the wrath of Nia Jax since she reappeared here in WWE.
Pierce didn't even bother getting a table for this contract signing. That's how efficient we're being.
So you might have noticed that Rhea has kind of been the cause of all the chaos. So I'm going to get Rhea's signature later. I'm trying to get everybody in here to sign it now. Nia makes it official as well. With that, I have the signatures of our challengers. The world champion, Rhea Ripley, who has been wheeling and dealing as of late, now coming into the
Adams. I'm not sorry that I came out here prematurely because I got a little bit impatient. I got something that I need to get off of my chest. Yeah, you can chant my name. I got something I need to get off my chest, starting with you, Adam. I could beat every single one of these women in this ring individually, but this conspiracy, you did this to set me up. And look, the more that you try and control me, the more I'm gonna make your life a living hell. You're smart though, you're smart. Making this a fatal 5-way match at Crown Jewel. I see what you're doing. But the only thing that's gonna actually happen is you're gonna have 4 less women in my division by the end of it. Because none of these women are gonna take this championship from me, whether you like it or not, because at the end of the day, I will prove that I'm the most dominant woman here in the WWE. You know why, Adam? Because mommy is always on top. Oh, you're good. You are good. You see what she's doing here? You're not gonna step in the ring? You're smart. I see what you're doing. You want me to squash all of them for you. Which still leaves you with me. But this is smart. I love the way you're using your head. Shayna, you're smart. You get it. She wants me to squash you for her, right? Zoe, you're a smart cookie. She wants me to squash you for her. Love this. Raquel, you're from Texas, so. Let me break it down for you. She wants me to
Oh, damn! The right hand is handed out, and things are broken down, and things not going the way the general manager Adam Pearce wanted them to.
Well, it was a nice college try from Pierce, but that was inevitable.
And the security now in the ring trying to separate
In other words, she's like, fuck you, Nia Jax, I'm beating your ass.
Rhea Ripley walked out here, Wade, and all hell broke loose.
The second Ripley walked out, the fuse was
Way too long and getting repetitive. So somebody on the headset said,
with ease.
And now Nia
pick this
Jax
up.
does the same.
So Pierce doubled security.
Oh, Shayna with a knee. And now Zoe and Nia. And the brawl is underway, and this is what the chaos is going to look like a week from Saturday in the fatal 5-way for the women's championship.
4 of the most dominant women in WWE duking it out with the champ, keeping her hands clean for now.
And enjoying the chaos. And perhaps two of the most powerful women in WWE squared off. And here we go. Cass
Rodriguez. Everything's bigger in Texas, including the punches.
And finally, security in the separating for Rhea Ripley. She gets the laugh tonight. But a week from Saturday, there will be no laughing for the champion because no disqualifications, no countouts. The champ doesn't even have to be involved. In the decision, Nia and Raquel wiping out security guards, and they're going at it again.
Security needs to give up. You've got no chance on these women.
Samoa drop by Nia Jax. And like Nia predicted, I will squash everyone until it comes down to me and you, Rhea Ripley. Fatal five-way for the Women's World Championship a week from Saturday. Now remember, a special start time of 1 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern, 10 o'clock in the morning on the West Coast. A week from Saturday at Crown Jewel.
I need you to deliver tonight. You want to listen to me? I need you to get the job done, and I need you to take Johnny Gargano out tonight. You hear me?
Yeah, I remember. Take out Gargano.
Well,
I got it.
You better, because your performance reflects on me now. You're my responsibility, so you better.
Mate, you know, your boss gave me a hell of a fight last week. And let him know, if he wants round two, whenever he's ready, I'm ready.
My boss.
Yeah.
How about you go and tell him yourself? Jill.
Hey, what do you want?
I want a match tonight.
Look, I'm feeling merciful to Zawa, so the answer is no.
I said, I want a match tonight.
You want a match? It's your funeral.
What is going on here? Not him! What are you thinking? Put that thing away before you hurt yourself. Coach Gable is not going to be happy about this. I'm supposed to be watching you.
Well, Wade, earlier tonight on social media, Tozawa said that he was ready to try out the Korean, I'll say it right, beg your pardon. Ready to try out the lessons that he's learned within the Alpha Academy, so he picked Bronson Reed.
Yeah, I mean, you're supposed to aim a little lower on day one, but yeah, good luck with that, Tozawa.
Meanwhile, Johnny Gargano may need some luck as well, because he's heading to this matchup with Giovanni Vinci, and Ludwig Kaiser will be along as well. It's Gargano taking on Vinci live next on Monday Night Raw. Curriculum. I said it, see?
Tomorrow.
Incredible 2 hours. However, great news, our production team is working feverishly to open more seats throughout the stadium. Keep checking in at WeBook.com to see when more seats will become available. Johnny Gargano set for action here tonight on Monday Night Raw.
Nice to see you put your dentures back in and you can speak properly again, Michael Cole.
Nice. Age joke.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, accompanied by Ludwig Kaiser, representing Imperium, Giovanni Vinci.
Vinci versus Gargano here tonight on Monday Night Raw. Do you have what it takes to survive 5 nights at Freddy's? Don't miss the new movie in theaters and on Peacock Friday. You heard Kaiser tell Vinci, you need to deliver tonight. Your performance reflects on me in the eyes of Imperium leader Gunther. And remember what Gunther told Vinci about Gargano in this match last week.
Yeah, well, the orders from Gunther were very clear last week. This isn't just about victory. I demand victory, but I want Johnny Gargano put on the shelf just like Tommaso Ciampa. And it's stretcher or bust tonight.
And Vinci couple of uppercuts and Gargano fighting back as well. The heart and soul of WWE in many ways, Johnny Gargano. And look at Vinci. Oh! Knee to the spine as Kaiser likes what he sees. Well, WWE Universe, do you have what it takes to survive Five Nights at Freddy's? Here's a quick look at the new movie in theaters on Friday.
I just want to play.
Shut up.
Gargano may not survive one night with Giovanni Vinci here tonight, as he's getting manhandled by the Imperium member.
Well, Vinci has hit an 11 right off the bat tonight. Clearly making a beeline for that spine of Johnny Gargano, trying to put him on the shelf, just as the ring general demanded.
Well, last week, Kaiser knocked off Gargano thanks to Vinci. Oh, what a kick right to the face of Gargano. That is stunned so-called Johnny Wesley. Oh, my goodness. And Gargano launching himself into Vinci. And what a collision. This is a hard-hitting affair here tonight.
Well, that slingshot spear of Gargano is about the only offense he got in from the word go, but immediately swinging back is Vinci.
And Gargano now taking the fight to Giovanni Vinci. Gargano and Kaiser. Oh!
No distraction there from Kaiser, perhaps repaying Vinci from last week.
Stopped Gargano in his tracks, and Vinci took advantage from behind. Now Giovanni Vinci, the powerhouse. Gargano, though, lands on his feet. Johnny Gargano with a super kick to the face, and now both men are down.
Jaw-breaking kick to the point of the chin of Vinci. Vinci's barely, but wait a second.
Hey, come on, some Ciampa. Ciampa is back, driving Kaiser into the ring post, and now sending Kaiser into the timekeeper's area. Ciampa returning from injury, sending Kaiser out of the arena.
Out of commission last week after being flattened in that sit-down interview 2 weeks ago by Imperium. Wait a second.
Gargano!
One final beat.
The one final beat DDT puts Vinci away.
Here is your winner, Johnny Gargano!
DIY in full force. Ciampa's back. Gargano with the win over Vinci tonight.
Well, Imperium tried their best to utilize the numbers game. They'd taken out Ciampa a couple of weeks ago. They didn't finish the job, however. Honors even at the Gunther will be far from impressed with the performance of Vinci tonight.
中村慎介に完膚なきまで痛めつけられ
Oh, shut up.
なんと美し
Blah, blah, blah. There
い
we
こ
go.
とだリコシェ
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Logan Paul!
Social media megastar, free agent WWE superstar. Logan Paul was on SmackDown Friday night where he found out he's got a United States Championship match with Rey Mysterio a week from Saturday at Crown Jewel in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. But what brings Logan Paul to Monday Night Raw tonight? We find out live next from Dallas.
God damn it.
An opportunity to win the United States Championship from the legendary Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio. Remember the special start time a week from Saturday for Crown Jewel. It's 1 in the afternoon Eastern, 10 a.m. in the morning on the West Coast on Peacock.
Dallas, Texas. Wow. So much love. Listen, y'all, you know what I just found out? That fool that I beat in my boxing fight last weekend embarrassed himself so badly that he got dropped by his fight league. Dropped. So that means not only did I make him lose the fight, I made him lose his job. Ooh, unemployed.
unhappy, unfulfilled.
What?
Sucks to be that guy.
What?
But Dallas, I guess because he's a free agent now, I might be being a little harsh on him because technically, I'm
What?
a free agent now too.
Huh.
So all of you little Logan Paul haters back at home watching this, quickly go, run to your keyboards, because when I defeat Rey Mysterio at Crown Jewel,
Oh, shut
and
up.
become the United States
Logan Paul.
champion, I'm gonna give y'all something to talk about. And once I am champion, I might even have to come back to Raw and defend my title. And then Hey, y'all shut your mouths and you show Dirty Dom some respect. Logan. I appreciate that, Dom. But you know your dad was right about us. You and I, amazing natural ability, dripping with passion. But Ray left out one thing. Ray left out what we've had to overcome. Dominic. This man right here grew up with a deadbeat dad and still somehow managed to become the champion of an entire continent. Wow. Me, kid from Ohio, overcame the odds, followed his passions, blazed his own trail, changed the landscape of sports and entertainment. So truthfully, the only person around here who needs a humbling is Dominic's father, Ray. That's absolutely right, Tom. I can see it so vividly. Logan Paul, WWE's United States champion. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I cannot wait for that ring announcement. Which reminds me, actually, since I'm back on Monday Night Raw, that means my favorite ring announcer is here. Samantha Irvin. Sammy, Samantha, how you doing? Listen, Sam, would you do me the honor of joining me in this here ring? Come on. Come on. Come on, Sam. I'm being serious right now. It's been a while since I've seen you. Samantha, I owe you a genuine, heartfelt thank you. I'm serious. Thank you, Samantha. You deserve to be given your flowers right here in this ring and to be recognized for everything that you do for this organization. We all agree, guys. Come on. Give it up for Samantha. Samantha Irvin, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. Superstar.
That's a trap.
Voice of the WWE. No one's doing it like her.
No shit.
Hi, Samantha. Thank you. Listen, I just wanted to say, I know it was hard for you, and I made it hard for you when you had to announce me
as the winner at SummerSlam when I beat your fiance, Ricochet, which I did. I did that. But Samantha, you kept it professional, and you did such an incredible job. And I guess since we're all here, would you do these people of Dallas a favor? Give them a little preview of Crown Jewel and announce me as the new United States champion right now. Come on, you got it. Right now, Samantha. And new. And Ricochet!
Spear, bitch.
Taking out Logan Paul. They have unfinished business from back at SummerSlam, in which Logan Paul would cheat his way to a victory over Ricochet, and Ricochet hasn't forgotten.
You can't stand in a WWE ring and insult a guy's fiance, not expect a little payback.
And Ricochet with a running knee to Dominic, and Dominic now in the drop zone. And Ricochet is going to make that Punk Dominic pay. And Logan Paul pulling Dominic out of harm's way. Talk about two pennies in a pod. Look at those two.
Paul risking injury and had a Crown Jewel call. I don't understand.
Maybe be the most despised duo on the entire planet. And Ricochet checking out his fiancée, our ring announcer Samantha Urban, as Logan Paul was taken out by Ricochet and then got out of harm's way. And the question is, will the ring announcement at Crown Jewel actually be your new United States champion, Logan Paul? Because Logan Paul with an opportunity to knock off Rey Mysterio a week from Saturday.
Dominic and Logan Paul may be the most despised duo in Texas right now. They will be despised even more if Logan Paul is also holding championship gold at the Crown Jewel.
And speaking of champions, Chelsea Green, Piper Niven, the women's tag team champions here in WWE. Now they have a matchup coming up against Natalya and someone. Natalya's partner Tegan Knox out with an injury she suffered in NXT last week. Who is Natalya picked to team with her tonight against the tag team champs? We're going to find out live next, right here on Monday Night Raw.
I know who could be her attack partner. Nah, she's retired.
There's Natalya set to take on the women's tag champ Piper Niven and Chelsea Green. But who is Natalya's partner going to be for this matchup tonight? Tegan Knox out of action, injured at NXT last week. Well, a former women's champion in her own right, Nikki Cross. Normally screwbally and flaky, obviously very intense as she heads into this matchup against the tag champs tonight.
Wow, it's rare to see Nikki Cross as focused as this right. She's normally oscillating wildly around the ringside area, about 100 miles an hour, but perhaps focused on defeating the tag champions tonight has put her into this zone.
Yeah, zone's a good way to describe it. Normally she's barmy or out to lunch, some would say. And tonight she is just slowly making her way to the ring. Natalya's already in the ring. The match is underway. Starting things off with Chelsea Green.
The question is how chemistry the Cross and Natalya are going to have. Having never really tagged together before. I don't know what kind of strategy they would have come up with.
Well, both veterans, both former women's champions. Oh my God! Natalya rolling up Chelsea Green. Win here tonight. We've gained Natalya and Nikki, perhaps a future tag team championship opportunity. Dragging Chelsea. Nice jackknife cover by Natalya. Chelsea turns it into a cover of her own and a kick out.
I'm getting freaked out by Nikki Cross.
Well, she hasn't blinked since she walked out here, I can tell you that.
Trance or something?
They now roll up by Natalia looking for the victory, and they kick out.
Yeah, I'm trying my best to watch them. How can you take your eyes off Nikki Cross, though?
Well, maybe she's focused, Wade.
She's not watching the match, I'll tell you that for free.
Now Piper Niven causing a distraction. Chelsea Green from behind, a blow to the back of Natalia. And a big kick, and down goes Natalia. And again, in this weird state, Nikki Cross is staring straight ahead, standing on the apron, has not moved.
No words of encouragement, no reaching for a tag.
And Piper Niven now splashing Natalia in the corner. At this point, Natalia should have just gone.
I mean, give her the benefit of the doubt. Perhaps Nikki Cross is just waiting for Natalia to crawl over and reach.
Oh, so like playing a possum or something like that?
I mean, she looks disinterested, catatonic.
Maybe she's playing possum, like I said.
I mean, it's not been a particularly effective strategy so far because Natalia is getting battered.
Chelsea Green blow right to the back of the neck. Piper Niven with a clothesline. Covered out by Chelsea. Hook of the leg. Natalia kicks out at 2. Then reaching back for a tag, and Nikki Cross, she made a move.
Did someone get Nikki Cross?
Well, actually, she didn't move. Nikki just fell off the apron and now is wandering aimlessly at ringside. Cat Crew Albano once did this in Raw back in 98 in the Garden. But I think this is a bit different when Nikki Cross wanders back now through the locker room.
The Undertaker following.
Oh! Natalia with a release German suplex to Chelsea Green. Nikki Cross continues to just wander away from ringside. So Natalia really in a 2-on-1 situation here. But can you imagine if Natalia could pick up the win by herself against the tag team champions?
Well, she's going to have to because that was the worst tag partner in history.
And a big clothesline by
Made by
Natalia.
nature.
She may pin the tag champs. Almost had her kicked out by Chelsea at 2.
Split second away from victory and an almost impossible effort here from Natalia.
A standing switch for Green. Natalia. Tag made by Piper Niven. Not sure Natalia realizes the tag was made. She's about to because Piper Niven. Oh, Natalia. And now Chelsea Green.
Well, it's 2-on-1. What chance have you got? Uncrazy her.
And Piper Niven. Nothing pretty about that. Just flat out power on the big cross body. Niven and Chelsea win.
Here are your winners, the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Chelsea Green and Piper Niven.
I've got a great idea. I think you should take leave right now and go to the back and do an exclusive interview with Nikki Cross and find out what's going on.
Wait a second, Michael Cole. You're the journalist, not me.
Nonetheless, we kicked off Raw tonight with a confrontation between Cody Rhodes and the Judgment Day.
What you want, Drew?
And I just want to say, I'm sorry what happened last week. I can't possibly imagine how it feels to the bloodline cost you a championship. But on the plus side, I've been getting some great advice. It's really been helping me out.
For Sami Zayn, this is a big opportunity tonight here on Monday Night Raw to establish himself as a player in the main event scene. We'll talk all about that when we return.
Sunday, 11 Eastern, only on Peacock.
Adam Pearce. Yeah. Hi. I'm the most must-see WWE superstar of all time, The Miz. Yeah, I know that. Do you? I think so. Oh, wow, because it's been weeks since I've had something worthy of my stature on this show. I find it amazing that I need to remind you that I am the first ever two-time Grand Slam champion in the history of this company. I beat John Cena in the main event of WrestleMania. I made the Intercontinental Championship the most prestigious and relevant title in all of WWE, making me the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time. You know who knows that? Nick Aldis knows that. He understands the talents that I possess. And what
Are you?
Sign this. Thank you. I'm keeping the pen.
Where's the camera going?
See what happened right there? Yeah, dude. You're doing good chin up, see? Let's get some eyes on your chin. Gorgeous face. Feel better?
You good?
Yeah. Let's get some eyes.
So strange. Nonetheless, Sami Zayn set for one-on-one action tonight. Big match against the Scottish Warrior here on Raw.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Ayr, Scotland, weighing in at 275 pounds, Drew McIntyre!
Drew McIntyre said the only way I get over this bloodline thing is by beating Seth Rollins. Mr. McIntyre weighing at Crown Jewel.
Yeah, you know what? A lot of people have been upset with McIntyre's attitude of late. Yes, he's been blunt at times. He's been a bit aggressive. He's been a bit off with people, but there has been an element of truth with every single one of his grievances. And right now, he's staring across at the ring at a guy, regardless of what's happened over the past 6 months, Drew sees bloodline in Sami Zayn. Of course, go back 2022 Survivor Series War Games. They fought each other. Sami Zayn on the side of the bloodline.
Yeah, Sami was once a part of the bloodline. Obviously, he realized the error of his ways and moved on. Now, this is a big match for Sami Zayn as well. Remember, Zayn's best friend, his tag team partner, Kevin Owens, was traded over to Friday Night SmackDown a couple of weeks ago. The compensation for the trade that brought Jey Uso to Monday Night Raw. Sami said he's trying to take a positive out of this. He said that the dismantling of our team is going to give me the opportunity to prove that I am a main event level superstar, the powers that be here in WWE.
Prove you're a main event level superstar, beat a former world champion in the former Drew McIntyre.
McIntyre with a smile on his face as he shoves Sami Zayn away. McIntyre, of course, a former two-time WWE champion, would love to win world heavyweight gold. Seth Rollins came out here last week, the current world champion, told Drew McIntyre he needs to stop blaming everybody but himself.
Things were really cordial a couple of weeks ago between McIntyre and Seth Rollins when they agreed to the matchup at Crown Jewel, but they were trading barbs last week. Gloves came off in a hurry.
I mean, Sami Zayn not going to win a power game with McIntyre. He's going to have to try to outwit the Scottish Warrior.
Sometimes Sami Zayn doesn't listen to logic. KO will tell you all about that.
Sami Zayn ever listen? Third time a charm, perhaps? And Zayn, yes, he's going to try this again. And thought twice about it, delivered a chop to McIntyre, and Drew made him pay with a shoulder tackle of his own.
Well, now all you've done is wake up McIntyre and fire up whatever rage he has inside of him.
And McIntyre with that just powerful, methodical approach of punishing his opponent, Terminator-like in the ring.
I mean, Drew is like a tightly coiled spring currently. The last couple of months, he's not been his normal jovial self. And I don't know if Sami Zayn really thought that through.
That chop buckled Zayn. And the way, it was interesting, a comment you made a couple of weeks ago to me when you said that you and Drew really don't talk that much anymore over the past couple of months. You guys have been close to much of your career.
Yeah, I mean, I talk, he doesn't reply. That's the problem. I'd love to get some answers from him, but he is very much not trusting anybody at the moment. That includes people like myself.
Sami Zayn now trying to drag McIntyre out of the ring, and Sami Zayn now taking the fight to Drew. Sami can be aggressive. We all know his track record. Reverse it. Zayn now up off the barricade. Turns it into a moonsault. Down goes McIntyre. And Zayn now fired up.
That was ridiculous from Zayn. Incredible athleticism, and that's the only way you're going to outmaneuver someone as big and powerful as McIntyre.
Yeah, we mentioned earlier Sami wanted to be in the main event scene. Hey, he proved to the world that he could go toe-to-toe with a world champ. Remember? Back in Elimination Chamber in February, the match with Roman Reigns, where he almost shocked the world and knocked off the Undisputed Champ.
Oh, man, the Cauldron of Montreal, how could you ever forget?
And McIntyre now, the power into a vertical suplex on Zayn. And look at the scowl from McIntyre, just looking back at his victim.
Methodically pacing. Ridiculous power, body control. But with a bad attitude like McIntyre has right now, he may be unstoppable.
So heading into Crown Jewel, Seth Rollins could be in trouble.
Of course. This is Drew McIntyre, the guy who slayed the beast Brock Lesnar for the World Championship.
Massive chip on his shoulder. Carried WWE through the pandemic era, one of the darkest times. And really felt like he was never appreciated for that.
Well, of course, you get to the very top in this industry, you achieve the childhood dream, you expect a packed-out WrestleMania, 100,000 fans chanting your name, the pyro. Drew didn't get any of that.
Sami Zayn with a clothesline who had his WrestleMania moment earlier this year in the main event, winning the Undisputed Tag titles with his friend Kevin Owens. Now Zayn bringing the fight to McIntyre. Sami Zayn will not back down. He's not afraid to get in your face. As tough as they come. And McIntyre now set over the top rope. Zayn has got Drew a bit out of whack here.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I don't think Drew has got out of third gear so far in this matchup, and that's thanks to Sami Zayn's abilities.
Zayn now measuring his man, going to launch himself over the top rope. McIntyre catching Sami Zayn. And look out. Zayn just flung over the announce table. McIntyre has turned this into a dominant performance. Right now, dominate.
7 Central, only on USA.
It has been a trick or treat for Drew McIntyre against Sami Zayn in this matchup here tonight, live from Dallas. Capacity crowd at the American Airlines Center. McIntyre right now dominating Sami Zayn, but it hasn't been easy way.
No, he's had to earn every ounce of this lead that he's got over Zayn, and once again, Zayn, the scrappy underdog, refusing to go down without a fight.
And Zayn now able to block the suplex, not able to block that chop, however. Now McIntyre looking to hoist Sami Zayn up again, lands on his feet. Zayn giving McIntyre all he can handle, shoulder first to the post.
Well, that was a game-changing moment for Zayn.
And now Sami Zayn hoisting up McIntyre.
Really nice from Zayn. 280 pounds of Scottish beef launched by the Montreal native.
Sami chance here in Dallas. McIntyre dropped over the top rope yet again. Sami Zayn now realizes Drew's in the drop zone. Here comes Sami, launching himself over the top rope. Down goes McIntyre. And Zayn with an opportunity. A loss tonight does not bode well for McIntyre's momentum heading into Crown Jewel.
Zayn doing exactly what he said he would do, trying to put away a former world champion, proving he can get it done against the very best, putting his own body on the line.
Again, Zayn just a tremendous, resilient athlete, still in this fight after being abused by McIntyre at times throughout.
He's got that infectious zest for life, as Zayn. And this is where he really comes into his own. To get that momentum, he's very difficult to derail. But McIntyre doing his best to do exactly that.
Wow, McIntyre is such a big man, 6'5", 275, so hard to keep him down. And now McIntyre bringing the fight. Zayn on McIntyre's shoulders, dangerous situation here. Sami Zayn trying to fight out and block, able to slip down, sunset flip powerbomb, cover for the win, McIntyre at 2.
McIntyre trying to steal a page out of Sheamus's box with a white noise. Zayn, though, just too quick, reflexively turning that into a powerbomb, almost scoring the win.
And both men are down. Sami Zayn stirring. Can't believe it was just a 2 count. Now Zayn has to dig down deep again. Indeed it is. Sami trying to hoist McIntyre up. It looked like he was going for the Blue Thunder Bomb.
Drew just too big and heavy for that. Soften him up a little more, you might get it done.
Zayn almost had him up yet again. McIntyre with the classic kiss.
Zayn might be out cold there.
And now McIntyre has Zayn. And again, just doubling over. Calling for the Claymore. Zayn now with a point of his own in the face. And now Sami Zayn, Blue Thunder Bomb. Zayn for the win. Kick out by McIntyre.
Wow, the vast majority of opponents are done there. You want to get to the very, very top level, McIntyre will test you.
Zayn hit McIntyre with a sunset flip powerbomb and the Blue Thunder Bomb. But the match continues. Once in the life, this capacity crowd in Dallas.
Just when Drew had victory in sight with the Claymore, Zayn with the instincts to slap on that Blue Thunder Bomb, almost scoring the win.
The World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins is here tonight. Guarantee you he is looking on at this match because he faces McIntyre a week from Saturday.
McIntyre is getting beat up here, but that back of Seth Rollins is much worse, believe me.
Zayn looking for the exploder suplex, not able to lift McIntyre off the belly-to-belly throw by the Scottish Warrior.
McIntyre recovering in a hurry after that another one of abuse.
Sending Zayn across the ring. And there's the neck breaker by McIntyre. Both men down, and after a bit of a respite, a kick up by Drew.
What a daunting sight that must be if you are Sami Zayn. Everything I've thrown at this guy, he can still kip up at this point in the matchup.
Yeah, we said it earlier, McIntyre.
My battery.
Champion, Rhea Ripley. We talked about this earlier. She's been trying to recruit everybody under the sun. We saw her talking to McIntyre last week. Seth Rollins earlier tonight. Jey Uso a couple of weeks ago. Sami Zayn looking to take advantage. And a kick out by McIntyre at 2.
Well, the strength in numbers in this game.
Explorer. And now Zayn. Rhea up on the apron. Zayn was going for the Haluva King.
She's trying to recruit Zayn.
McIntyre with a Claymore. And now McIntyre into the cover and picks up the win. Here is your winner, Drew McIntyre. So Rhea Ripley, I guess, Wade, showing Drew McIntyre what she was bringing to the table.
Sold herself to Seth Rollins pretty well earlier. It got turned down on the face of it. McIntyre apparently not so interested. But that is what Judgment Day and Rhea Ripley can do for you. Make things just a little easier.
Rhea Ripley has a knack at persuasion.
And how your whole education starts messing with this. The Blues
was really right on the limit to get to be big bucks. Sorry, would you excuse us?
Thank you. Appreciate that. You know, Nick, I appreciate you coming around and smoothing things over. I really do. But when I asked you to stay and watch the show, so you maybe learn something, not so you go around chatting with all my superstars.
Your superstars. Okay. Listen, Adam, that was just a friendly conversation. Nothing sinister. And you know what? It seems like you've had a tough night. Just a little. I can see where this is going, so I'll make it easy for you. I'm going to take off.
Sounds like a great idea. Thanks for coming.
My pleasure.
I need a drink.
So do I. Big Bronson Reed. He gave the carrot to Zawa and out. Zawa didn't take it. Coming up next, what is Zawa running from the Alpha Academy? He pushes to the next against Big Bronson Reed. Live next.
Everything's going good.
Good. Glad to hear that. Glad to hear that.
Well, you want to end it here, Mike?
I guess.
We'll see you Tuesday.
Yeah,
We'll see you
Friday
Wednesday.
night.
No,
Yeah.
we'll see you Friday and Saturday, but not Monday on the 30th.